Hey guys, I'm Scott, and this is Escape Art by Scott. I'm here to do another video for you. Again, subscribe to my channel for me and hit that like button. I got 20 subscribers. I appreciate you guys, whoever you may be out there. But yeah, keep on subscribing to my channel for me and help me out with me continuing my little painting videos right here. Well, I'm going to get right to it because this is going to be a longer video. Mainly because this is going to be more of a detail type painting, and this is a bigger painting, a canvas. This is a 18 by 24 canvas I got here, and to explain a little bit, I got my canvas horizontal, going this way. Alright, mainly because I wanted a bigger sky. Alright, and I wanted more land down here. This is eventually, hopefully it's going to be a meadow, and I'm going to attempt to put some deer in here. And I just wanted to stagger out the deer here and there, and I wanted some more land to play around with. And of course I'll have me some pine trees right here somewhere or another. And because this right here is 24 inches. Alright, if I had it going up and down, from here to here is only 18. So this way, it gives me about, I don't know what, 6 inches of land to play around with. And this is going to be a sunrise type painting. I really don't understand the big difference between sunrise and a sunset. To me, it's mainly, you know, the time of day. You go outside at, I don't know, 7 o'clock in the morning, you see the sun. Well, you know, the sun is rising at that time. You go out there at 7 o'clock at night, you see the sun, well, you know, the sun going down. So that's, I guess, the time of the day. Maybe the sunset's a little more colorful, a little more nicer, I guess, a little more red to it. I don't know. But anyway, it's going to be a sunrise here. I'm going to put a little mountain here and put another mountain maybe in front of that mountain. I'll show you how to put a mountain in front of a mountain. All right? But anyway, I'm going to cut off the camera here. I'm going to wet down this canvas and put on my white paint like I normally do. You guys don't need to see that. Anyone can spray mist on the canvas. Anyone can take some paint, white paint on a brush, and just go like that. You know, if you can't do that, you know, I hate it for you. All right, I'll be right back. All right, I got my white paint on here, and I'm going to go ahead and wet this down just a little bit more, just like that. Not too much. You don't want it to run. I got me some yellow paint on a brush, and I think I'm going to have it somewhere right down in here. See, that water and that white paint helps it to blend. You don't have to work yourself to death on this. Now I know I want to have a mountain coming in here, so I ain't going to bother too much painting right here. I'm going to have another mountain, so I ain't going to bother putting too much paint up there. It's going to be covered up with a mountain anyway, right? So that was just straight yellow. Dipping my brush now into some yellow ochre, and come right up in here, something like this. I got me a little pink this time on my brush. I need a barrier. I'm going to have some blue up here. Alright, for some blue sky. I need a barrier right through here because, you know, blue touches yellow is going to turn green. Alright? And I got me some pink. I just mixed me up some red and white. Of course, everybody knows, you know, red and white makes pink. So I'm going to come right up in here and just drop me in a little pink color. Just a little barrier, and you can just drop that right down right into your yellow ochre, blended. And when you're doing these either sunrise, sunsets, you need to make sure your colors blend into one another. Make sure that you can't tell when one color starts and the other begins. Okay, if you got a distinct line between the two, it don't really look too good. Alright, so keep that in mind. Alright. I got me some Phthalo Blue now right on this brush, and I'm going to come right up in here. And just drop me in some blue. And you can blend that blue right into that pink, no problem. Just a little bit more water. I'm just getting a little rough to blend. See how easy now? See how that blends? Good little idea right here, and you just come right here and just touch it and make little clouds. Alright, a little bit more blue right in here. Just kind of soften them up a little. There you go, you got a little sky, a little sunset, a little sky right here. I'm going to put in a little sun right in here. Before I do that, I hope you guys don't really mind me when I cut off my camera. You know, so many times I had to cut off my camera. Well, I'm doing several things with that. You know, one, you know, I'm cleaning brushes, I'm getting some more paint on my palette, you know, and things like that. You know, with acrylic paint, you got to clean those brushes all the time, the way I understand it. You let it dry, then you try to clean it. You're not going to clean it as well, and so that's what I do. You know, I clean my brush, I put paint on my palette as I need to go. Also, is that in my opinion, I'm editing my own video doing this way. I'm cutting my video down, and instead of, you know, having an hour and a half, 2 hour long video. You know, I'm cutting her down, you know, 20 minutes, 25 minutes, whatever it is. And so, you know, that helps me out. You know, you cut down this video. If you guys got better things to do, I'm sure, to sit here and watch me for no 2 hours, right? You got better things to watch, I'm sure. So, anyway, here I go. I got me some white paint on my brush. First I'm going to put the halo in. The little aura of the sun. And pick a spot. I think I'm going to come right here and just do this number here. And you might even need to put that down just a little. Like that. Now, got me a nice clean dry brush. And then we'll come in here and just smooth it out. Just smooth it out. Then I'm going to step back. If I need to add more white paint, you need to clean your brush off, okay? Because it might have picked up some paint, some of that yellow paint. You know, clean it off and go back into your white paint. Because if you don't do that, you keep going into your white paint, eventually your white paint is going to turn yellow or yellow ochre or whatever color you have on your canvas. It's going to come off on your brush, you go back into your paint, it's going to turn that paint that color eventually. So clean your brush off every time you go back into your white paint, because this needs to stay pure white, okay? Be right back. Now I'll come up here and we'll do a little finger painting. Alright, many ways of putting suns in. My last video I had a little sticker put up here, painted around the sticker, a little round sticker, and I pulled it off, boom. You know, I had I believe it was the moon. My last thing that I did was the moon. So I'm going to put some white paint on my finger here, and I'm going to come up here. And put in a little sun. So I'll be right back. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and put in my first mountain, the one that's going to be in the back. furthest away, I mix me up some black and blue and some white just to lighten it up some. And I'm going to come right in here. Notice at the angle that I'm going at an angle just like that. Like coming down. Something just like that. Okay, I'm gonna put a little bump right there. Now I'm gonna come back and paint all that in, and then I'll be right back. All right, now while this is drying, I think I'm gonna go ahead and put in my other mountain now. This is just plain black and blue, no white. Just plain black and blue, and wherever you want to come. And I think I'm gonna come right here. Right in front of that sun. Go ahead and wet that down as well. And come distinctly right through that other mountain. Go ahead and paint all this in, and then I'll be right back. Before I continue on, I'll make a few pointers. Notice how when I put the dark colors in here, how that brightened that up, this area right in here. And that's what you call contrast. Contrast is your dark against light, light against dark. And that's the way you play around with some color to make it stand right on out. So this dark really helping out this lighter color right back in here. All right, and speaking of, color, when I came up here and I mixed my pink, or my red and white, of course everyone knows that makes pink, and I just mixed up with some black and white. Of course that makes gray, and I just wanted to get a touch on that a little bit. If you don't have some color on your a particular color, let's say you need purple, and well, you don't have purple paint. Well, if you have crimson and if you have blue, well, that makes purple. Much more crimson though, probably 4 or 5 times crimson than blue. All right, and you mix those colors in, and you'll get your your little lavender or purple color, whatever you want to call it. Of course, and everyone knows if you mix blue and yellow, you're going to have green. All right, and then if you need a brown, all right, you mix your crimson and your sap green, and that will give you a brown color. And I believe it's crimson and phthalo green will make a nice black color. Makes very nice black. All right, well, enough on that. And I'm going to wait a little bit for this right here this almost is dry, so I'm going to make me up some nice little rock color back here. I'm going to put in some trees and a little area, where some rock is shining and all. And so I'll be right back. First one I'm going to use is some good old, some gray color. Come right back in here with your brush. And just wherever you think you might want some rock formations. And we'll come back here afterwards and put in some trees and all. Alright? Maybe there's another rock formation right here. There's another one. And I'm using a brush on this one here because I actually want these not too distinct, because it's too far away for any detail, right? And I'll come back, like I said, with some trees, and I'll just work around that color. Some of this you'll see, some you might not see. And here it's got a little blue, got a little mixture of blue, white, and black. Just to change it up a little bit. Alright, and I'll be right back. I'm going to mess around with this a little bit. Be right back. Well, I got me some green paint. And I put a little black in there and some white to just lighten it up a little bit. And I'm going to come around along just the top of this edge. And I'm going to put in me some little tree line right on top of this edge here. Right on top. You know what? If I would have thought about it as I was putting this in to begin with, I could have came up little upward strokes and make these little trees, but I didn't. But you know, it's one of those things. There. Now I'm going to work my way down in here. Right in between these are all these rock formation with these tree line. Not too distinct, it's too far away. Alright. Alright guys, I'm back. And I finished up this mountain here, and because it's so close to the sun, I went ahead and highlighted this little area right through here, some trees. So got that done. Now I'm gonna come back and work on this mountain right here. And again, I put in my stones and rocks and boulders with a brush. Notice I'm using a palette knife now because I want this is going to be closer. And I want more detail in this one here. So, and all I did was mix me up some brown, and I mixed a little yellow ochre in there. And again, let it break like you're putting out snow. Letting it break, meaning the dark color should show through. Down here a little bit. Maybe do a little right here. Maybe something that's going across here and then come down. And something like that. I'm going to grab some of that gray color I had. And I did back here. I want to drop some of that in here also. Oh yeah. There's something right there. I'm going to work on this. Alright, and I'll be right back. Now I got me some green paint. And I'm going to come right up in here and I'll start putting this in. Some trees. A little bit more, too much. The same thing you did over here, you know, on top of these mountains, the edge of this mountain. Just want to make a little indication of some trees right on the edge here. all the way up. That. I'm going to keep working on this. I'm going to fill those all in with some trees, and I'll be right back. Now I got me some green paint mixed in with a little yellow. You know, I did my mountain here. I'm going to come right back in here and just put in a nice little meadow right back here. Here. Come right across. Now here at this particular mountain I did here, I came down a little bit here and I came down here. I left this back because I wanted a little hill that's way in the back here. Something like that. How's that looking? Let me step back and see what I got. Alright. I went ahead and painted the rest of this just green. Just took a brush and just went like that. No big deal. And now I want to come back in here and pick out some areas. I want to put some nice little evergreens in here. Right, you know, here and there. Mainly there, then here. Something like that, maybe a couple way back here. And what you do on them, I'll show you. You get your one-liner brush, you get you some paint on it, and just make a line. Just go straight down, and then go side to side. Instant little evergreen. Side to side. I was using a fan brush, but it was too big. Way too big. I'm just gonna put a few more, you know, here and there. All right, and then I'll be right back. All right. I think I got all my trees done in the background trees done. Now I'm gonna work on the foreground. Put a few little pine trees in here. Let's see here. I just got some black paint on a fan brush because the paint was already on there, so I said why not use it. And there's one there. Yeah, let's see here. Another one right about here. The pine tree usually got that old rough bark to it, so you know you can come right down the side and be, you know, Give that a little rough look to it. Because if you go straight down, all you're going to have is a straight line, right? So I want to work on this. I might put one in the background here. Right about, ooh, see right about here. A little smaller. But definitely not as down, further down as these. See how I came down with these trees here? And I left it up here. Because I wanted that tree in the back, behind these two. Alright. I think I'm going to make these a little tall. Now just a little bit taller. Alright, let me step back and see what I got. I'm going to put some tree bark on these trees. I'm going to let them dry a little bit more. But until then, I got me some more green paint. Come right here at the bottom of these trees here. Let's fix up their little foots down here. There. Now they're looking like they're in the grass instead of right on top of it. That's what you do when you're painting the trees. Come at the bottom and just put a little grass or some bushes, or I'll probably add some bushes to it too. But that's what I do anyway. It basically helps to complete the tree, whatever tree you got. There it is. Alright, be right back. Alright guys, I got me some old bark color, yellow, brown, little mixture. And just come right here. Right here is just your light source. So let's highlight this side of the tree first. And all I'm doing is touching and letting the canvas pull off what it wants. And then you can work it back. Alright. I'll do this one here. I kind of like this little palette knife because it has a point. It comes to a point at the very tip. I kind of like that. I mean, you can actually feel the paint coming off. It's actually pulling it. And just work it over. Alright, be right back. I got me a little one-liner brush, got me some paint. I'm about to put in here some old limbs. Alright. And when you're doing your trees, try to bring some right in front of that of your tree, your branches and all. Just come right here and just come right over it. Come this way. Branches, they grow every which way. Something like that, and I'll be right back. I just got me some old green paint. I'll come right up here and drop me in some leaves. I like these pine trees when I'm needing a tree, but I don't need a whole lot of leaves. Okay, so that's why I kind of like these little pine trees. They don't have leaves at all, do they? They got little pine needles. And I don't know what kind of tree this is. I'm just painting it. There's the tree. There's that one. Come right up in here. Let's get this one here. There's that one. Now when you're doing the trees again, come right in front of it. You gotta come right in front of that tree. And that's all I'm going to do, alright? So I'll be right back. And when I come back, I'll have all these trees done. Be right back. Alright, got my trees all done, okay? Here I am, starting in on my deer. There, I did one here. I might have to work on that a little bit, but I'll be right back. Alright guys, I think I'm going to call this one complete. I might add a few more deer in here, but other than that, it's that's about as much as I'm going to do to it. On my pine trees, I know some of you out there are going to say, oh, there's going to count my limbs on my tree. Oh, there's supposed to be 122 limbs on a pine tree. Well, the only thing I got to say to you, for those people right there, more medicine. Okay, a lot more medicine. All right, if you got your life like that, a lot more medicine. But I hope you enjoyed this one. It's a bit much of a painting, but hopefully you got some entertainment out of this, at the very least. Come back and see me. Subscribe to that channel. Again, I'm Scott, and this is Escape Art by Scott. Until next time, you guys take care of yourselves.